Hey, hola mi amigos, welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. Today we'll be reviewing something a little bit more different than I usually do. I don't review too many Mezco figures on my channel. I have reviewed them before. I believe Atticus Doom and Spider-Man 2099 are the only two figures that I reviewed by Mezco on my channel. But I saw a couple images of this figure. I saw one or two reviews and I was like, yeah, I need to have this figure in my collection. It looks dope, man. I don't have any Mezco figures in my collection anymore. I did sell off Atticus Doom and Spider-Man 2099 and I instantly regretted it. But this one I'm going to keep in my collection, and I'm looking forward to some of the newer releases that are coming, like the classic Spider-Man, the Green Goblin, the Fantastic Four box set looks amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on that, but it is pretty pricey. And Doctor Doom, man, that Doctor Doom looks dope. I know they showed a picture of Dr. Octopus a few years back, but it never went up for pre-order, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I've still been meaning to get my hands on that Ghost Rider, but man, that's a lot of money for one figure. But let's get a quick look at the packaging, and then we'll get a quick look at the figure itself. Standard Mezco packaging. It's not something out of the ordinary. They don't really do the tin boxes anymore, which I'm glad because it took up too much space. I really like these small, compact boxes. You get the name of the character right there, Morbius, with these 3 stripes running across, and it is matte varnish, or I think it's a little bit more glossy than matte. You get the name of the character right there, Morbius, and a very nice like oil painting in the background of Morbius. That's really nice. I like that quite a bit. 112 Collective, Pose, Play, Display, Marvel. On this side, you get another image of Morbius. It looks really, really nice. The artwork on this box is beautiful. On the back, you get all the accessories that come with this figure and some product images right there. They look really dope. Whoever took those pictures did a really good job. But yeah, you get all the accessories right there. On the side, the same image from the other side. On top, you get 112 Collective. On the bottom, not much. But enough about this packaging. Let's crack this bad boy open. Now getting a quick look at all the accessories that this figure does come with. He actually does come with quite a few things, even though straight out the packaging, it doesn't seem like it. But starting off with the hands, he does come with a pair of fists that are nicely done. I just wanted to get a quick look at the actual fist and hands themselves. I love this little blue highlights on the veins. It just really gives it that definition that it needs for it to pop. The sculpt is really beautiful, and it would be a damn shame if they didn't have any paint or overspray to really bring out all those sculpted details. I hate when companies do really nice sculpted details and then they don't paint them and they're just lost within, you know, the whole figure itself. I love the little details where they painted the nail right there. They could have just left it white, but they decided to add a little color to it. So yeah, always appreciate small attention to details like that. He also does come with these slightly open hands, and they look nice. Again, the detail on them is nicely done. Even the palm of the hands have all these wrinkles and sculpted details. Again, every single one of the nails is painted, and same thing on the back of the hands comes with that blue highlight on the veins. And yeah, man, they look pretty dope. The third pair of hands are these clawing hands, like he's about to attack someone or, you know, just claw into somebody's flesh. And I like them, man. They look pretty dope. Again, like the other hands, they have that really beautiful, nice blue highlights on the veins and the painted nails and all the wrinkles on the palm. Yeah, I just love that little attention to detail. One thing about all these hands is that the fingers are actually really soft and pliable. When I first took them out the packaging, I thought they were going to be these hard, you know, brittle plastic. If you push on them, they were going to break. But nah, man, these are nice and rubbery. He also does come with a right trigger finger hand and a left gripping hand. And yeah, I wish he would have got a set of each, you know, like 2 trigger finger hands or 2 gripping hands. But unfortunately, we only get the right trigger and the left gripping hand. Again, same thing as the other hands. I do like all the little details on them. One thing though is that these are really, really hard to pop onto the ball pegs. I had to kind of warm them up a little bit just so they can pop and I don't stress that ball joint. But once I did warm them up a little bit, yeah, ran them under some lukewarm water and they softened up and I was able to slide them right in. And the first head sculpt that we do get is a very neutral and stoic head sculpt. Not much going on. It's pretty just calm. He does look pissed, but he's pretty calm compared to the other heads that he does come with. I love the red, shiny, glaring eyes and the black paint around the just the eyes in general. around his eye sockets and stuff really helped make that red pop out. Yeah, I think they did an amazing job with the eyes. It's probably one of the best highlights of these head sculpts. The little goatee, it's dope. I like it. The little wrinkles above his eye really give him that aged look. And then the nose, it's very much a vampire nose, like a bat type nose. So you can kind of get the, what's it called, the sonic waves so he can see through the dark. I love the little pointy ears that are popping out through the hair. And then the black hair itself is done very well. I love the sunken in cheeks. Again, makes him look dead and lifeless. And I'm sorry if you hear my cat meowing in the back. He really wants to come in my room, but he knows damn well that I'm recording a review. But yeah, really solid head sculpts, man. Can't wait to show you the other two, because as good as this one is, the other two are, oh man, they're dope. The second head sculpt that he does come with is a little bit more menacing. He does have his teeth and fangs showing. He looks a little bit more pissed off, but it's the same as the other one. The red beady eyes look dope. I love the little glare they gave it, that glossy coat, and then the dark shadows around his eyes really emphasize that. The pink gums look really nice. I love that it's separation between teeth and gums. And you can actually see the tongue in there, which is pretty dope. The little goatee looks nice, and then the wrinkles around his face are also really well done. The hair is very similar. Not much paint detail in there. I wish there would have been some like blue highlights or something to really make that sculpt pop. You can kind of see a little bit of white and grayish dry brushing, but it's very minor. And the last head sculpt that he does come with is full-on Morbius beast mode. He looks like he's about to beat somebody's ass. He's about to tear somebody apart. Yeah, man, it's really nicely done. The wide, huge, open mouth with the fangs and the tongue. It's really exaggerated, but it works well for a comic-based character. Yeah, it's just really well executed. And I think it looks dope, man. I mean, look at that. If I saw that shit in the dark, I'd shit myself. Yeah, man. Really well done. One of the last accessories that he does come with is this very nice little briefcase that's really well done. You get the little M right there for Morbius, and on the back as well. And it's pretty heavy. It's a nice little plastic case. You get the little hinged briefcase handle right there that is nicely done. But when you open it, you get a whole bunch of other accessories, man. I mean, you get a shit ton of them. First off, you get this little microscope. It's super tiny, but it's really well done. And it actually stands up to be a little microscope, if I can get it. There we go. As you can see, it becomes an actual little working, that's not a microscope. Yeah, I think it is called a microscope. Not too sure what it's called. But getting to fold is a bit tricky, since I did forget how it's actually done. But yeah, I like that it's an actual little working microscope. I haven't really messed with it too much, so I don't know how exactly it works. But yeah, it's a real working little microscope stand. And then you get a little monitor of some kind. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's also nicely done. You get some silver paint, some green, some blue, some reds, some silvers. And yeah, man, you could go without dropping it and loosening it. Yeah, man, it looks really dope. Unfortunately, mine does have a little tiny paint chip right there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but nothing that's gonna ruin this figure for me. Shouldn't have that issue, as it is almost $100 figure. Here, nothing else is removable from the second layer of the case. You get some little vials and needles and knives and stuff, so that's really nicely done. But this is removable, so there's a tray underneath it, and this tray is also removable. Ooh, without popping some of the weapons out, but it's a little bit harder to take out. You kind of have to wiggle it. But as you can see, one of the knives did come out, and this one's also nicely done. Silver paint on the blade. It is a bit sharp, so be careful when messing around with that. You get the little red diamond or stone or whatever in the center. The handle's nicely done as well. You get some bluish gray paint right there. And yeah, man, it looks pretty dope. You get a gun. I'm not sure exactly what the gun's for. I think it shoots like vampire killing bullets. But it's a nice little pistol. Not sure if this is a real actual gun model or anything, but it looks dope. You get that gunmetal gray, that black handle, and those silver little bits right there, those little rivets. Yeah, nice little gun right there. It does have a little porthole, so I'm pretty sure if you have some of those gun blasting effects from Mezco, you'll be able to plug those in. Fortunately, this one doesn't come with any. And then you also get this little hammer, which if somebody can let me know in the comments exactly where this is from, I would highly appreciate that. Not sure what it is, but it looks nice. It's mostly silver. You get some black paints right there. And you get this little stabby thing at the bottom. Yeah, not sure what this hammer's for, so somebody can let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate that. The silver bullets right here aren't removable, and these little vials aren't removable either, but these little stakes are, and it was a bit tricky getting them out, and I saw that if you poke them from the actual little stabby area, it's a little bit easier to take them out. I can get it to focus because it's so small. See, it's mostly gray. You get some red paint right there at the very tip, so yeah, really nicely done. He can hold them fairly well as well. The highlight of this figure is this little briefcase. It does slide up, and the way you do it is you have to remove this, which is really hard. I had quite trouble removing it. I don't even remember how I took it out. I think I pulled this out, and I don't want to break it. Just pop that out. You slide this off. You put the button battery in there, and you turn it on, and it does light up, as you can see. And that spins around the little Deadpool logo right there. You get a little screen right here that does go forward and back, and then this circles again, lights up, and then the little keyboard lights up. You'll see it right now in a second. So that does alternate for a little while. I'm not sure how long the battery lasts, but yeah, I'm not gonna have that lit up. He does come with these little vials that are removable. I'm not even gonna try to remove them, as that's gonna be a pain in the ass to put them back on, and I don't want to break those little clips. But these little vials are removable. So yeah, dope little briefcase. A whole bunch of little accessories that add to the value of this figure. But yeah, those are all the accessories except for the typical Mezco stand. You get the big arm right there with all these hinges and the little clamp, and then the base that has the 3 knives, and then the little peg stand right there. So again, nicely done. The black is glossy, and then the red and white is matte, and I really do like that. And then you can flip the little peg to be on the downside, and then for it to be flat right there. And here we have Dr. Morbius himself, ready for Morbius time. This is a solid figure, man. I really do enjoy quite a bit. Probably the best Morbius figure out there. No, let me correct myself. The best Morbius figure out there, hands down. It's just really nicely done. Typically, Mezco does its little Mezco add-ons to to the design of already established characters and their classic designs, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan of it. But they did a really good job with Morbius. They added this little shiny overlay on top of the black cloth to really give it some much needed contrast instead of just having a full on matte black suit. And it works, man. As you can see, it's kind of like a webbing type pattern, and it goes on the back of the little cape right there, the little red cape. So that's nicely done too. Moving down to the boots, you get these nice rubber looking boots. These are plastic, but they look like rubber boots. Nice design on them too. They kind of go up here and then cut off on the side, as you can see. Kind of look like pirate boots. But yeah, nice little design. Added designs by Mezco right here on the suit. Love the little 80s porn star V-neck right there. That looks really dope. This tends to kind of open up a little bit, and it looks a little ugly, so you kind of have to fidget with it. I love the forearms. I wish some of that blue paint was added to the forearms like they were on the hands. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The back looks pretty dope. The cape is nice and short. Never understood his cape, why it was so tiny, but hey, not gonna knock a vampire. And then again, we saw the red inside, some of the stitching. The inside looks pretty dope. You get that almost like sunken in chest, like he's dead or something. Or I think he is dead. Is he not dead? I'm not sure. Yeah, man, nice figure overall. You know, it's typical Mezco figure, and it looks dope. Let's get a quick look at his articulation. He does have a ball joint and a dumbbell joint at the bottom of his neck and head. So without popping that off, he can look up just a little bit. That hair is going to run in the way, so it's a little bit unfortunate. He can look down, not as much. And then he does have head pivoting, so really nice. I wish there was more out of that neck right there at the lower neck, but unfortunately that's not the case. His arms are on ball joints, and they move up a really good amount, so he gets that much motion. And then he does get upper bicep swivel, but you know, the cloth is kind of going to get in the way. Double jointed elbows to bend in over 90, so that is nice. Ball jointed hands that go side to side or up and down, depending on how you have that ball joint configured. And he does have a swivel, so that is nice. He does have a diaphragm cut and a lower ab ball right there, so with those two, he can go that much forward, that much back. And then he does have upper thigh shifting, double jointed knees, depending more than 90, actually almost kick his back. No boot cut or calf swivel, but he does have a joint at his foot that goes much forward, much back, and he does have great ankle pivot with pec at the bottom of his feet. Now to get a quick look at some size comparisons, here we have Morbius next to the Marvel Legends first appearance retro card target exclusive Spider-Man. Here he is next to the classic Mayfix Spider-Man. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Hammerhead, the Mayfix Venom, and here he is next to the Marvel Legends Deluxe Retro Card Kingpin. And I think this Morbius works perfect throughout all your Spider-Man collections, whether it be your Mezco Spider-Man collection, your Mayfix, Marvel Legends, or SH Figure Arts. He'll be able to fit in all of those displays. Really well done by Mezco to have this scale with pretty much any Spider-Man characters you have in your collection. And there you have it, a really solid release by the Mezco team. When this figure was first announced, I wasn't very excited, to be honest with you. I was like, oh yeah, that looks pretty dope, but I don't really need it. Once I saw a couple of reviews of this figure, I was like, oh damn, I think I need this. So I went and ordered it on Big Bad Toy Store. But for some reason, they took forever to ship my figure out, man. Or it did ship out, it just took forever to get here. So it's not Big Bad Toy Store's fault. It just, yeah, whatever was going on with the mail at the time. Not sure what was going on. But yeah, solid figure overall. Definitely a worthy pickup if you're a Spider-Man fan, Spider-Man collector. If you're a casual Spider-Man collector, I'd still recommend you pick this figure up. I know he's not one of the most popular of villains of his rogues gallery, but he's still a really solid figure, man. Yeah, I think Mezco knocked it out the park. It's definitely the best Morbius figure out there in the market. There's a couple Marvel Legends ones, but they're not that great. The first one was on the, what was it, the Bucky Cap Buck, so that's super outdated. And then the other one is a more modern take of Morbius from the late 90s, I want to say, the one with the leather look. This one right here is a perfect clash of modern and classic, with a little bit of Mezco's flair to it. So really solid figure overall. Highly recommend it. But yeah, enough of me rambling on. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. Make sure you hit that sub button and like button. I would really appreciate that. And let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. I think it's a pretty solid release, man. But yeah, again, enough of me rambling on. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.